This isn't your daily horoscope. It's a living cipher etched into your soul's blueprint. Have you ever felt a subtle pull at 1111 or noticed patterns swirling in a mandala and wondered if there's more than coincidence at play? What if every angel number you've dismissed and every geometric symbol you've admired were signposts pointing toward your hidden self? Close your eyes. Inhale the stillness. Let the spiral of sacred geometry draw you inward, where constellations and angelic frequencies converge in the alchemical mirror of your psyche. Welcome to Zodiac Alchemy. Your journey into the shadow begins now. At the turn of the 20th century, Carl Jung unearthed a radical truth. Within each of us exists a shadow, a hidden reservoir of desires, fears, and impulses we habitually deny. Left unacknowledged, this shadow hijacks our choices, eroding joy and stalling growth. Yet when we dare to face it, its raw energy becomes alchemical fuel. Sacred geometry, from Plato's 5 solids to the infinitely unfolding flower of life, provides the universal language of that transformation. These patterns mirror the architecture of our psyche, inviting us to map unseen contours of the soul. Angel numbers 111, 222, 3333, and beyond act as numeric beacons, signaling moments when the universe nudges us toward integration. In Zodiac Alchemy, we fuse Jung's shadow work with these esoteric codes. Every geometric form and repeated numeric sequence becomes a key, not to external fortune, but to inner power. Ready your mind. Soon you'll learn to decode these signs and wield your own hidden gold. Why does your heart leap when 1111 flashes on the clock, yet an undercurrent of doubt whispers beneath the thrill? What unseen geometry shapes the tension between your desires and your fears? Imagine your psyche as a vast temple of light, its stained glass windows aglow with sacred polygons, yet some panes cracked by neglected shadows. Those fractures aren't flaws. They're fissures of illumination, waiting for your attention. Feel the pull of dualities, the spiral that lifts you skyward and the spiral that drags you inward, the perfect circle of the flower of life and the jagged edge of hidden sorrow. When you tune into these echoes, when you notice the sympathetic hum of angelic digits, you bridge the split between mask and truth. Your shadows aren't enemies to eradicate, but secret allies in disguise. They hold the raw ore of courage, compassion, and creativity. Now, lean closer to the geometry of your soul, listen for the angels' count, and prepare to breathe life into what you've long repressed. Pause. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly. Draw the universe into your lungs. Exhale fully. Release every label, every judgment. Feel the subtle geometry beneath your skin, the lattice of light and shadow weaving through your bones. Let each breath trace the lines of the flower of life, the angles of the Metatron's cube, the curve of the golden spiral. In this sacred stillness, you stand between worlds, safe, centered, and open. When you're ready, let your awareness return, carrying the resonance of angel numbers within your heartbeat. 1. Aries, Metatron's cube. You are the first spark, the one who bursts into every room like dawn's first flame, igniting possibility even when the air feels heavy. Your soul resonates with the geometry of Metatron's cube, 12 lines converging into sacred intersections, each angle pulsing with the promise of creation. In its labyrinth of light, you see your own potential, bold, unbounded, unstoppable. And then 111 appears, like a cosmic drum roll, a call to awaken, to start anew. Its triple ones press into your pulse, urging you forward. But heed this, pure speed without direction becomes chaos. In the rush to begin, you bulldoze subtleties, steamrolling dreams before they've had a chance to bloom. Impatience becomes your shadow, a wildfire that consumes both path and traveler. Breathe. Let the fire settle into embers. Imagine the lines of Metatron's cube slowing, each intersection glowing with steadied light. Here lies your alchemy. When fierceness meets stillness, raw courage crystallizes into something enduring. The same heat that once threatened to burn you raw now forges the steel of your heart. Resilient, tempered, true. Close your eyes. Feel your chest rise in time with that sacred number. When 11:11 shimmers on the clock, inhale deeply. And as you draw air into your belly, whisper to yourself, I am grounded fire. Let the words roll through your bones, each syllable a brick in the temple of your becoming. Exhale slowly, imagining the metrical lines of the cube inscribing calm across your mind. In that breath, notice how impatience softens into patience, how action guided by presence carries you farther than reckless haste ever could. In that moment, you realize the flame you carry doesn't need to roar. It only needs to glow. A steady glow lights the way ahead for yourself and for others who follow. So move forward with intention. Let 111 be more than a signal. Let it be your covenant with your own soul. Each beginning becomes sacred when it's born from both the spark of inspiration and the quiet depth of stillness. This is how the Aries heart learns to blaze and to be, to lead and to linger, in perfect alchemical balance. 2. Taurus, flower of life. You are the quiet root, the one who stands steadfast amid life's shifting winds, anchoring beauty in every moment. Your essence mirrors the flower of life, a tapestry of overlapping circles, each curve cradling a petal of possibility. In its effortless harmony, you find your own rhythm, unyielding, fertile, patient. Then 222 arrives, soft as dawn's first light, echoing twice in your heartbeat. This is the universe's gentle nudge toward balance, a reminder that giving and receiving form the breath of abundance. Yet beware the shadow beneath your calm exterior, stubbornness. You cling to the known soil, digging in your heels even as the world bids you grow. In that resistance, your garden withers, roots spiraling into stagnation. Pause. Picture the flower of life unfurling in slow motion, each circle expanding, inviting space between the lines. Here lies your true alchemy. When deep-rooted resolve opens to gentle change, your abundance blossoms. The same steadfastness that once kept you fixed in place now becomes the fertile ground from which miracles sprout. Feel the weight of the number on your skin. When 222 appears, let it settle in your chest like a soft hymn. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling your lungs with possibility. Exhale through your mouth, releasing the tight grip of old patterns. Whisper into that space, I open to gentle change. Let each word glide across your lips like petals drifting on water. Notice how resistance shifts into surrender, how patience guided by trust bears richer fruit than sheer will ever could. In that breathing space, you recognize the power beneath your surface. Abundance is not hoarded, but shared. It grows when it flows. The flower of life teaches that every bloom needs both root and release. So step forward in grace. Let 222 be more than a sequence of digits. Let it be your vow to nurture both yourself and the world with kindness and flexibility. As your roots embrace new horizons, watch your life's garden awaken. Colors deepen, fragrances awaken hidden senses, and effortless beauty blossoms in every corner of your being. 3. Gemini, Vesica Piscis. You are the wind's whisper, the one who dances on the edge of possibility, carried by curiosity into every open door. Your spirit traces the Vesica Piscis, two perfect circles overlapping, their shared space a portal of alchemy. In that delicate lens, ideas converge and diverge, birthing fresh perspectives from the union of opposites. Then 333 appears, thrice the call of the muse, a triad of encouragement that your mind's kaleidoscope is meant to spin. Yet within your brilliance lies the seed of unrest. Scattered thoughts that flit like hummingbirds, wings beating so fast you lose sight of the bloom beneath. Anxiety hums in your veins, a soft drum urging more, faster, until every thread of focus unravels. Pause. Imagine the twin circles slowing their dance, the overlap widening into a sacred vessel. In that intersection, your insights anchor, no longer fragments, but facets of a single gem. Here lies your transformation. When curiosity learns the grace of attention, your genius sharpens into clarity. The same quicksilver agility that once left you fragmented now becomes the loom on which you weave depth. Feel the echo of 333 in your chest. When the clock strikes 3:33, let the numbers resonate through your ribs like gentle chimes. Breathe in through your mouth, gathering scattered sparks into your heart. Breathe out through your nose, releasing the tension of a million half-finished ideas. Whisper softly, "I am whole focus." Let the words settle like dew on morning petals. In that pause, notice how your mind fills with purpose instead of noise. See how attention, once elusive, becomes a willing partner, each thought a deliberate step rather than a frantic leap. You discover that synthesis, your true gift, emerges when ideas meet intention, when the vesica piscis becomes not just shape, but sanctuary. So open your palms to possibility, but let them cup the moment at hand. Allow 333 to be more than a signpost. Let it be your invitation to alchemize restlessness into insight. Each breath you take anchors you back into this sacred overlap where creativity and presence entwine. Move forward with deliberate wonder. As your focus deepens, you'll find that the world's infinite ideas need only one mind grounded enough to bring them into form. In that convergence, you become not just messenger but masterpiece, a living bridge between realms of thought. 4. Cancer. Taurus. You are the moonlit shore, the one whose heart tides ebb and flow with every whispered emotion, gathering the world's currents into your secret depths. Your essence mirrors the torus, a seamless ring of energy folding in on itself, a living loop of give and return. In its sacred curvature, you feel both anchor and aperture, rooted in vulnerability, yet pulsing with the power to transform. Then 404 appears, a steady drumbeat of reassurance thrice repeated. It lands in your awareness like a gentle tide against sand, reminding you that unseen hands hold you safe. Yet beneath that comfort lies a shadow, oversensitivity that clings like wet seaweed, binding you to past hurts and fears. You bear the pain of others so deeply that their anguish becomes yours, and your identity flickers in the surf of emotion. Breathe into the heart of the Taurus. Imagine its ring expanding and contracting with each inhale, drawing in love, exhaling release. Here is your alchemy. When compassion meets boundary, you become a vessel of resilience. The same depth that once threatened to drown you now steadies your spirit, forging an inner sanctuary no storm can breach. Feel the cadence of 444 in your chest. When the clock ticks to 444, let its triple pulse settle into your ribs like a lullaby. Close your eyes and place your hand over your heart. Imagine cool moonlight pooling beneath your palm. Inhale slowly, drawing the lunar light into every cell. Exhale fully, letting go of clinging shadows. Whisper softly, "I am held in perfect balance." Let each word glide through your bones like tidewater smoothing stones. In that moment, notice how your sensitivity transforms into strength. What once felt like drowning becomes the grace of swimming in vast emotional seas. You discover that empathy, ordered by self-care, becomes a beacon, guiding not only yourself, but all who seek solace. The Taurus reminds you that giving and receiving are one motion. Your love returns to you tenfold when shared with grounded intention. So stand firm on your shoreline. Let 444 be more than digits on a clock. Let it be your covenant with self-preservation. Each time you honor this ritual, you reinforce the walls of your inner citadel, sturdy enough to hold joy and sorrow in equal measure. Move forward, embracing both currents. As you flow between openness and protection, you become an ocean of calm strength, a living testament to the magic of balanced heart. In that equilibrium, the Cancer soul shines brightest, a lighthouse and a harbor, guiding and sheltering all who sail your waters. 5. Leo, tetrahedron. You are the golden sunbeam, the one whose presence warms every space, drawing eyes and hearts toward your luminous glow. Your spirit dances within the tetrahedron, 4 faces rising like a mountain peak, each edge a blade of light carving new horizons. In its perfect symmetry, you feel the pulse of your own radiance, unapologetic, regal, alive. Then 555 appears, its sequence ringing like trumpets, heralding transformation. The 555 strikes your attention with urgency. Evolve, expand, shine. Yet heed its warning, for unchecked brilliance turns inward, igniting an ego fortress that walls you off from true connection. In that gilded cage, your roar becomes a solitary echo, your heart's warmth melting into isolation. Pause and imagine the tetrahedron's plane softening, its edges glowing with gentle fire, no longer weapons, but windows. Here lies your alchemy. When the roar of self becomes the resonance of soul, your authenticity transcends mere spectacle. The same fire that can isolate when unchecked becomes a beacon when tempered by vulnerability. Feel the vibration of 555 in your chest. When the clock reveals 555, let its insistence settle into your bones like a heartbeat of possibility. Inhale through your nose, drawing the golden light deep into your solar plexus. Exhale through parted lips, releasing the rigid mask you've worn to protect your flame. Whisper into the softly glowing angles, I am radiant truth. Let the words trace the lines of your spirit like sunlight through stained glass. In that breath, notice how your desire to lead shifts into a calling to uplift. See how authenticity, once hidden behind bravado, emerges when you allow your vulnerabilities to mingle with your strengths. You discover that true leadership is not command, but magnetism, the power to ignite others' inner fire by standing in your own gentle blaze. So step forward with open chest. Let 555 be more than a portal to change. Let it be your vow to live in honest brilliance. Each time you honor this ritual, you forge connections that transcend applause, weaving warmth into the lives you touch. As you move through the world, you become not only the sun upon the stage, but the hearth at home, illuminating, nurturing, and forever inviting others into your light. 6. Virgo, octahedron. You are the silent artisan, the one who meticulously shapes every detail until it gleams with purpose, as if the world itself were your canvas. Your essence finds form in the octahedron, 8 faces poised in perfect balance, each meeting edge a testament to precision. In its crystalline symmetry, you sense the architecture of your own quest for order. Then 666 emerges, not as a harbinger of doom, but as a mirror to your deepest narrative. A triple invitation to examine the fine line between caring for excellence and imprisoning yourself in critique. Its repeated sixes drum against your consciousness, urging you to build, and warning you when each brick of judgment becomes a wall. Breathe. Let the octahedron's faces soften in your mind's eye, corners rounding into gentle facets of light. Here lies the heart of your alchemy. When your pursuit of perfection meets the grace of acceptance, your work transforms from rigid sculpture into living art. The same exacting gaze that spots every flaw can become the lens through which you celebrate intricate beauty. Feel the echo of 666 in your chest. At the curious moment of 107, your modern 666, pause and place a hand over your brow as if lifting a veil. Inhale slowly, drawing recognition into your bones. Exhale fully, releasing the harshness of standards that no one could ever truly meet. Whisper softly, I embrace my flaws. Let the words ripple through you, each syllable alchemizing judgment into compassion. In that breath, sense how self-critique unfurls into self-compassion. Notice how the octahedron's edges, once sharp, become pathways guiding you toward growth rather than punishment. You discover that true mastery is not the absence of error, but the willingness to learn, to evolve, to let imperfections be the seeds of innovation. So return to your work with gentle intention. Let 666 be more than a number. Let it be your covenant to temper relentless standards with kindness. Each time you honor this ritual, you reclaim the joy that first ignited your creative fire, freeing yourself to craft with both excellence and empathy. As you move forward, remember, the masterpiece you seek already resides within your process. In every revision, every pause between strokes, you weave a tapestry of acceptance and artistry. In that synergy, the Virgo soul shines brightest, a healer of forms, a celebrant of nuance, a creator whose perfection lies in the embrace of imperfection. 7. Libra, icosahedron. You are the graceful mediator, the one whose gaze weighs every possibility, seeking equilibrium in the dance of choices. Your spirit resides in the icosahedron, 20 triangular faces fanning out like a blossoming lotus, each angle a gateway to infinite directions. In its geometry, you feel the hum of potential, a symphony of paths awaiting your gentle touch. Then 7 appears, a triple blessing echoing through your veins like whispered cymbals, inviting you to trust the music of your own heart. But listen closely, for within this harmony lies your shadow, the paralysis of indecision. You linger between petals of possibility, afraid a single misstep will shatter the bloom, so you remain rooted, beautiful yet unmoving, your wisdom trapped in perpetual pause. Breathe. Picture the icosahedron turning softly in your mind's eye, its facets catching starlight and scattering it in all directions. Let its motion remind you that every choice once made refracts new possibilities rather than closing doors. Here lies your alchemy. When discernment is wedded to trust, your wisdom blossoms into action. The same care that once stalled you now becomes the art of thoughtful movement. Feel the resonance of 7 in your chest. When the clock softly shifts to 2:17, your living translation of 777, pause and lift 2 smooth stones in your palms. Inhale deeply, sensing the weight of both stones equally. Exhale, letting them settle into balance. Whisper into that stillness, I flow with purpose. Let the words slip through your lips like silk, anchoring you in decisive grace. In that ritual, notice how the trembling of doubt transmutes into the steadiness of intention. See how choices, once frightening, become invitations to co-create with life. You discover that harmony is not a static state, but a living melody, played through each thoughtful step. So move forward, poised yet unafraid. Let 7777 be more than numbers. It is your sacred accord with your own inner compass. Each time you honor this ritual, you reinforce the bridge between reflection and resolve, weaving your wisdom into the tapestry of your life. As you walk your path, remember, every decision is an act of creation, and every choice ripples outward in grace. In that unfolding flow, the Libra soul shines brightest, a choreographer of harmony, turning the uncertainty of paths into the beauty of purposeful motion. 8. Scorpio, dodecahedron. You are the hidden flame, the one whose intensity burns beneath the surface, forging secrets in the crucible of your soul. Your essence aligns with the dodecahedron, 12 pentagonal faces spiraling toward the center, each plane a doorway into unseen dimensions. In its perfect geometry, you sense the architecture of your own depths, complex, magnetic, alive with untold potential. Then 888 emerges, 3 circles of power echoing through your being like a chant of abundance. It arrives as both promise and warning. the promise of boundless transformation, the warning that unchecked fixation will consume the very gold you seek to create. In the gravity of your passions, you teeter on the edge of obsession, your focus a double-edged blade that can carve pathways to greatness or sever the threads of balance. Breathe. Imagine the dodecahedron rotating slowly in your mind's eye, its faces glowing with soft ember light. As it turns, feel each pentagon open like a petal, releasing pressure and inviting flow. Here lies your alchemy. When intensity meets surrender, your obsession transmutes into healing flame. The same force that can scorch becomes the forge that refines. When 888 shimmers on your awareness at its modern echo of 328, pause and take pen in hand. Inhale deeply, drawing that heated energy into your chest. Exhale fully, letting tension spill onto the page. Write one secret you release, letting the ink carry it out of shadow into light. Whisper as your hand moves, "I set my truth free." In that act, feel how fixation softens into freedom. Notice how the dodecahedron's faces, once barriers, become portals guiding you onward. Your power shifts from clinging to creating, transformative rather than destructive. You discover that true mastery lies not in holding fast, but in the courage to let go. Step forward then, heart blazing but open. Let 888 be more than a code. It is your covenant to honor both your storms and your calm. Each time you release a secret, you free space for new wisdom to flow through you. As your depths align with sacred geometry and angelic numbers, you become the alchemist of your own destiny, transmuting shadow into radiant power, dissolving boundaries, and embracing the infinite within. 9. Sagittarius, Golden Spiral. You are the untamed arrow, the one whose spirit soars on winds of freedom, ever questing beyond the horizon for meaning. Your soul traces the golden spiral, that divine curve unfurling from a single point into infinity, each revolution an invitation to expand. In its graceful arc, you feel the pulse of your own journey, restless, visionary, alive with possibility. Then 999 appears, a triumphant trio of completion echoing through your veins like the final note of a symphony before a new movement begins. Its call stirs your heart. Release the old. Embrace the unknown. Yet in your eagerness to break free, you risk slipping into escapism, leaping from one dream to the next without ever landing long enough to harvest the lessons beneath your wings. Your restlessness can scatter your gifts, leaving you perpetually aloft and unmoored. Pause. Picture the golden spiral slowing in your mind's eye, each curve widening, grounding itself into the earth, even as it climbs skyward. Feel the spiral's roots sinking deep into fertile soil, drawing strength even as its tip reaches for the sun. Here lies your alchemy. When your boundless vision meets the anchor of presence, your dreams take root and bear fruit. The same impulse that urges flight now grounds your insight into tangible wisdom. When the clock whispers 10:39, your modern echo of 999, stop and stand with feet hip-width apart. Inhale deeply, stretching your arms toward the heavens, spine arching like the spiral's ascent. Exhale, grounding through your heels, imagining roots burrowing deep into the earth. Whisper softly, "I am free and rooted." Let each word unfurl through your body like the spiral itself. In that breath, notice how your longing for adventure settles into reverent curiosity. Feel how alighting on one path, then another, becomes a dance between exploration and embodiment. You discover that true freedom isn't the absence of boundaries, but the grace to expand within them. Each choice a petal in the infinite spiral of your becoming. So step forward with both wings and roots. Let 999 be more than an ending. Let it be the bridge to your next great chapter. As you honor this ritual, you transform restless yearning into purposeful expansion. In that sacred balance, the Sagittarius soul shines brightest. a voyager and a home, forever curious, forever grounded, forever dancing on the spiral of life. 10. Capricorn. Golden ratio. Grid. You are the steadfast architect, the one who carves mountains from will alone, laying each stone with relentless care until your vision stands unshakable against time. Your essence weaves through the golden ratio grid, lines crossing at perfect harmony, each intersection a testament to nature's quiet order. In that lattice you feel your own drive for excellence, structured, intentional, unwavering. Then 1010 appears, its twin tens pulsing like a steady metronome within your chest. It arrives as both directive and caution, a cosmic marker of new heights and fresh foundations, yes, but also a call to notice when your building zeal tilts into imbalance. Beneath your disciplined ascent lurks a shadow, overwork that blurs into burnout, ambition that shrinks your soul beneath its heavy scaffold. Pause. Imagine the golden ratio lines softening, each golden rectangle breathing in and out like living cells. Inhale and see the grid expand with gentle space. Exhale and feel the rigid angles melt into curves of renewal. Here lies your alchemy. When mastery meets rest, your craft transcends mere achievement. The same precision that once drove you past your limits can recalibrate into rhythms of sustainable brilliance. When the hour strikes 10:10, let the numbers resonate as a heartbeat of permission. Stand tall and place a hand against your sternum, fingers splayed like the spokes of your inner compass. Inhale through your nose, drawing serenity into the core of your being. Exhale through parted lips, releasing the tension knotted in your shoulders. Whisper softly, "I honor my balance." Let the phrase reverberate through your bones, each syllable a rivet securing your well-being. In that breath, sense how drive transforms into devotion. Devotion not only to your goals, but to the vessel, yourself, that carries them. Notice how moments of stillness enrich your work, how rest becomes the invisible framework supporting your ascent. You discover that sustainability is the truest form of mastery, and that boundaries are not barriers, but the scaffolds upon which greatness is built. So lean into this ritual. Let 1010 be more than a digital cue. Let it be your pledge to weave rest into your ambition, to temper each climb with rejuvenation. Each time you honor this pause, you forge a new standard, one where the pursuit of excellence and the care for your soul rise in tandem. Move forward with measured strides. As your foundations deepen in both action and repose, you become the living embodiment of the golden ratio, a balanced masterpiece rising toward every horizon without risking collapse. In that graceful symmetry, the Capricorn soul shines brightest, a builder of dreams who knows that true legacy is shaped not just by stone, but by the wisdom to rest between each placement. 11. Aquarius. Seed of life. You are the electric breath of the future, the one who dreams in constellations and speaks in sparks, pulling tomorrow into today with the quiet force of vision. Your spirit unfolds through the seed of life, 7 interlocking circles blooming outward, a sacred geometry of origins and emergence. In its sacred symmetry, you see your truth, innovation rooted in cosmic memory, originality nourished by something ancient. Then 1212 arrives, twin gates of expansion, mirroring one another like portals aligned. It calls to your mind like a quiet frequency only you can hear. Wake up, connect, build the new. But beneath that brilliance lingers a shadow, detachment. A heart pulled too far into thought, too high into ideals, sometimes floats beyond the reach of touch. You orbit others, but remain untouched, protected in your beautiful solitude. And yet, even stars need warmth. Pause. See the seed of life pulsing in your awareness, its circles not as barriers, but as bridges. Let them open gently, creating pathways from idea to intimacy. Here lies your alchemy. When distance meets vulnerability, Your vision becomes not just revolutionary but relational. The same mental clarity that once isolated you now becomes a prism through which connection shines. When 1212 graces your screen or your spirit, pause and reach out, literally or symbolically. Call a friend. Share a thought you've kept hidden. Inhale, drawing breath into your throat, your heart, your fingertips. Exhale, letting your frequency drop into the human now. Whisper, I open my orbit. Let the words hum through your body like electricity grounding into soil. In that stillness, feel how thought and feeling begin to braid. Your ideas soften at the edges, becoming vessels of care instead of mere constructs. You discover that genius isn't in separation, but in synthesis. When mind and heart collaborate to reshape the world, one conversation at a time. So step forward, radiant and receptive. Let 1212 be your daily transmission, not just a symbol of higher thought, but of deeper connection. Each time you open your orbit, you collapse the distance between vision and community. In that closeness, your innovation roots itself, nourished by the presence of others. And this is where the Aquarius soul shines brightest, not in isolation, but in resonance, in creating a future that's not just brilliant, but beautifully shared. 12. Pisces, Mandelbrot. Set, you are the dreamweaver's current, the one whose consciousness drifts between worlds, gathering whispers from the edge of reality into a tapestry of feeling. Your essence spirals through the Mandelbrot set, endlessly unfolding patterns born of a single seed, each iteration revealing new depths of beauty and complexity. In its infinite boundary, you sense your own boundless empathy, an ocean of compassion without walls. Then 1313 calls, its twin ones beckoning you home and its threes echoing like gentle waves of blessing. It arrives as both solace and summons, a reminder that your watery heart holds universes, and a caution that without clear shores you risk dissolving into everything and nothing at once. Your generosity spills over, your edges blur, and you lose yourself in others' pain as though it were your own, until the currents of overwhelm drag you under. Breathe. Envision the Mandelbrot's outline glowing in your mind's eye, its contours firming into shape even as its interior swirls with iridescence. Feel the fractal's edge give you form, an invitation to stand within compassion without vanishing into its depths. Here lies your alchemy. When unity meets boundary, your empathy transforms into healing presence. The same openness that once dissolved you now becomes the vessel for boundless love. When the clock softly shows 1:13, settle into stillness and place your palms over your heart. Inhale through your mouth, drawing the fractal's sacred pattern into your cells. Exhale through your nose, imagining gentle contour lines tracing safe borders around your spirit. Whisper with intention, I send love to my own soul. Let each syllable ripple outward, constructing a sanctuary of care within you. In that moment, notice how compassion shifts from engulfing you to emanating through you. See how your gift of unity, when held by self-kindness, becomes a lighthouse rather than a flood. You discover that true connection is not in losing yourself, but in meeting others from the wholeness you preserve within. So step forward as both ocean and shore. Let 1313 be more than a passing sign. It is your covenant to honor your boundaries as lovingly as you honor your heart. Each time you perform this ritual, you reinforce the geometry of your own well-being, crafting a fractal sanctuary where empathy and self-love coexist. Move into the world carrying this balanced current. In every gesture of kindness, you offer anchored compassion. In every moment of retreat, you replenish your depth. The Pisces soul shines brightest, not by dissolving, but by holding space, for yourself, for others, for the infinite mystery that flows between. In that sacred interplay of unity and form, you become both healer and healed, a living fractal of compassionate unity. You didn't stumble here by accident. Somewhere in the quiet folds of your soul, you've always known. Your birth chart is more than personality, more than prediction. It is a sacred manuscript written in the ink of stars, geometry, and numbers, waiting to be read not just with the mind, but with the heart. You've now looked into the alchemical mirror, sign by sign, number by number. You've met your shadows, not as enemies, but as sacred invitations. You've walked the spirals of sacred geometry, felt angel numbers stir the air around you, and seen the cosmos not above you, but within. Take a breath. Let it land. You are a living constellation, a symphony of light and dark, a soul encoded with patterns older than time, yet forever evolving. This journey was never meant to make you perfect. It was meant to make you whole. And now, with every 1111, every mandala that catches your eye, every pattern that repeats, you'll know. The message is meant for you. Let that knowing change you. Write your sacred number in the comments. Speak your zodiac sign aloud like a spell. Share this with the one friend who's been seeking the same hidden key. Because this is how we alchemize, not alone, but together. Not in theory, but in ritual, in reflection, in action. This is Zodiac Alchemy. And your shadow was never your curse. It was your compass. It was your gold. It was your path. Welcome home.